Well, I just thought I'd better tell you, there's water in Malibu Creek, and I was just heading down. I thought it would be nice to sit next to the water. And so I was heading down this path towards the water, and I got just a little bit farther than this. And over in this thicket over here, a sweet bird was first. First, I should tell you that over here there was a rider, a lady, a beautiful young lady, and a Palomino horse. They were down in the water over there and walking around in the water. And then the horse and the rider, they came up this path and they went up this way, and the horse could talk to people. And so I said, "You're an unusual horse that can talk to people." And the Palomino said, he said, "All the horses can talk, but they're not encouraged to do so." And I said, "That's just like with little children." And he said, "Yes." And so as I was heading down this way to the water, he must have been following me with his mind, And he said, using the voice of the rancher that takes care of him, I guess, he said, he just wanted to tell me that there was a mountain lion down there. And which, considering recent press about mountain lions, that scared me. So I talked to Raven. I talked to a songbird just over there in the thicket. And the songbird said it was Sweetbird, the sparrow. And I asked what kind of mountain lion. What kind of mountain lion? Kind of big, but not too big. And then the mountain lion started talking. And I asked it how far away it was, and it said, not too far and not too close. But in one big leap, I could get there, down to the water. So I'm gathering that this mountain lion must be right about up here and observing what's going on down in the water. Do you see it? And I just chickened out. I'm not going down there. I was going to go down and sit by the water, but I don't think it's a good idea for a single person to sit around by the water if a mountain lion is claiming it as its territory and watching everybody that goes down there. Call me a chicken. I heard what the horse said, and I immediately decided to turn back. So I turned back like 180 degrees and started walking the other way. And the sweetbird said, a sweetbird over in the thicket said, Good, we didn't have to tell her." And I said, "Who are you?" And it said, "Sweetbird." And I said, "Oh, Sweetbird, sparrow. Thank you very much." It's very important to be grateful. It's important to be grateful for all the warnings that we get from the songbirds. Just then, as I was talking to the sweetbird, a raven flew over and it told me to shut up. So the raven there, I think it's working with mountain lion. It's a young raven. It might change its mind later on. Or it might figure it's just bad news to talk about mountain lions because they might get angry and attack. I don't know. So that's two different opinions. The songbirds down by the water there, they will tell you if there's a mountain lion around. And the ravens don't want to talk about it at all. I can't account for it. Not definitively. Okay, well, I just had a long talk with Mountain Lion, and we talked back and forth, and I will tell you the upshot of this talk. The Mountain Lion said that the raven thought it was partners with the mountain lion, but that was not so. I said, "Why is that not so?" And the mountain lion said, "Because we have a difference of wills. It wants to do this thing and I want to do that thing." And I said, "For instance, what is that?" And it said, "The raven wants to stay where it can poop and where it can sleep. I said, well, but the raven is high and you are low. So what difference does that make where the raven poops and sleeps? And finally we came to an agreement, the mountain lion and I, that the raven and the mountain lion could be partners or friends. Now that's not so good for you and me because it means the ravens will not warn us about the mountain lions in Malibu Creek State Park. Ought to bear that in mind and instead talk to the songbirds about whether or not mountain lions are there, especially the louder songbirds, but any songbirds will do. Nice, how beautiful. I just had a talk with a raven up the hill. I tried to persuade it to be friends with humans and to maybe help the mountain lions with deer, but not humans. There was a big silence. And then telepathically, I thought it was a raven that said, we really don't have much to say about that right now. Meaning, I guess they're adamant right now that they want to help. These things happen, that ravens sometimes side with big predators. So be aware. Don't listen to the ravens, listen to the songbirds, especially scrub jay, beings like that. But also the sweet birds, the sparrows, they really want to help. The wrens will help. Sometimes even the acorn woodpeckers, although they are notoriously quiet beings. I was just going to pass this bridge, which is right close to the parking lot here. And over here in this undergrowth, I heard a mountain lion saying, we do not want to be friends with the ravens. We do not want to be friends with the ravens. I said, where are you? And it said, we're all over this park, in a rather threatening voice. And it intimated that the reason it doesn't want to be friends is that the ravens want to participate in the feast after the mountain lions down the prey. So they don't want them eating their food.